How's it going? All right, so it's late July. It's 100 degrees. I think it only hit 98 here in Kansas, which is as hottest it's been this summer, which is bad, but it's not as bad as a usual summer. We'll see what August brings. So what's going on? Well, I don't have an unboxing. I'm not going to bore you with all that stuff. But what's the purpose of this video, if there is one? So I've been using this interface, Aclot, I don't know. This was very generously gifted to me by RJ at RJ's Cave. He had seen a video I'd posted before about my recording setup. He thought he could do something to help, and he did. This has been a good interface, plug and play, pretty simple. Worked with my old Mac and GarageBand. It's got two inputs. Channel 1 has XLR combo 1/4 inch. Channel 2 is just 1/4 inch. The problem was, first the XLR stopped working. 1/4 inch still worked. But now the 1/4 inch doesn't work. So it's down to a single channel. I typically only record one track at a time, but I thought I need to do something. Not that this can't still work, but I'm going to replace it. I had a little bit of money. I had about $50 to get a new interface, and what I got was, after a little bit of research, I got the Mackie Onyx, the Artist 1.2. It was on Amazon. It was right around $50. Had fairly good reviews. It's an older unit. It's not doing anything like the higher dollar stuff, but from the reviews I got, it should work. I was looking at one other one, and I can't remember. There was another one that was a little bit, it was like $5 cheaper, maybe. I can't remember the brand, and I was gonna get it, but then I saw there was some forum posts about how the specs that they listed on the packaging and in all the promotional things, and even on their website, weren't actually accurate. They were kind of doing some hinky stuff there. They were claiming it was one thing, and I'm not into the techno stuff, so I don't remember what that was. But anyway, people were saying, well, yeah, it still works, but I don't like it that they claimed it does this when it's really not that. It's this other thing, and it still works. But so I saw that, and I thought, I don't really want to support a company that does that sort of thing if I can avoid it. So I pulled the trigger on the Mackie. Excuse me, even though it's 100 degrees, I'm still going to drink coffee. So, so here it is. It's very similar. It's pretty much the same dimensions as the one I was using before. I got stuff everywhere. Forgive me. It's a little bit taller, but dimension-wise, it's the same. Metal case. It's got the little, I don't know if that's showing up, the little dancing dude on the top. It is this old USB, and a lot of the reviews, the people were complaining that this, the 2.0 USB, why are we using a 25-year-old printer cable? I'm not so concerned about that. I'm not, for my purposes, it's fine. I have no idea what this is. This K with this hole, I don't know. I've looked at the instructions. The picture shows it there. They don't address it at all, so I'll just ignore it. 1/4 inch right and left out for monitors, same as the other. XLR, 1/4 inch, It's got phantom power if I need it. It's got the high Z to replace a DI box. Volume for your monitor control, volume for headphone control. And just like the other one, I plugged it in. The GarageBand picked it right up, and it's fine. I haven't really used it other than to test it out. It seems to be no different. So for $50, can you get a decent interface? I think you can. For what I'm using it for, just single track, whatever. Now it does come with, which I have not looked at yet, this Waveform OEM and DAW Essentials Collection. So if I did not want to use GarageBand, it's got, I don't know if you can see it, the picture's dark. That's probably beyond me. I don't know, but you can get a free software suite. It gives you a code to download. So maybe that's cool. I don't know. Music production software, Waveform OEM, whatever that is. And then you can also get a download Pro Tools first and the music collection. So you can get some sort of free add-on with the free Pro Tools suite, which I don't use also because too much going on there for this brain. So anyway, they did have the Producer instead of the Onyx, which I think had 4 tracks, and it had much better reviews. These had good reviews. The Producer, which was the next one up, which was like $75, it had very, very good reviews on it. Not something that I really need. Let's see, look here. See this? There it is. What is that? It's a K. There's like a little hole. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Usually those things don't bother me, but I want to know what that is. I'm puzzled. Can I live without knowing? Yes, I can live without knowing. But yeah, so I know Focusrite is all the rage. That's $100. I just didn't have $100, and I wanted something that I could use that would be fine, and I think I found it. So anyway, in the next coming week, I hope to actually get something recorded and post it up. But what's this? This I'm going to hang on to, or maybe somebody's looking to dip their toes in, and they just need a single input. I can gift that to someone. Maybe somebody likes... See, that's the thing. I can't figure out... There's no screws. There's no little tabs or divots. I can't figure out how to open up this case, because I thought, well, maybe it's just a bad, connection, a solder joint that could be fixed. I don't know how to get in there to it. So, yeah. But this is still, it still works. It does have the USB-C, so it's, it's a newer, animal. Again, it was plug and play. It picked right up. So yeah, that will go into storage or not, or will go to somebody that needs it. If you're watching this and you want it, shoot me an email and I'll send it to you. So, all right, that's about it for today. It's been a week. It's been a couple weeks, and I'm tired, boss. But yeah, so Yeah, I can't even think straight. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm looking forward to putting this thing, getting some use out of this, and seeing if there's any notable. I can't imagine there's a noticeable difference. And I've been watching. There's lots of reviews, and they all pretty much say the same thing. That they're all the same. The differences most people aren't going to notice. There are very, very minute things that, if you're really particular about record quality or bit rate seemed to be a big thing, which I don't understand. I can't imagine it's making that much a difference for what I do, but I do this much, and there's a big world of stuff that I know nothing about, so maybe it does make a difference. What does this say? 24 bits at 192 kilohertz. Whatever. I think that other one that I looked at, it claimed it was 96-bit, but it wasn't. They were doing something which I didn't understand. But that was the big thing. It was like, if you would have just not said that it was 96, but they say it's 96, but it's doing something to kind of fool. So it's kind of true, but really not true. And I don't remember what that other brand was anyway. It doesn't matter. So anyway, yeah, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna close here and get some dinner, and but yeah, so $50, a workable interface. There were single input ones available for like $35. The barrier to entry to recording is getting lower and lower and lower. This microphone, this is a Natty microphone. It was like $20, and that was 15 years ago that I got that. And you can get those knockoff SM57s that are pretty good, and they're like $16. You can get started for I honestly think now, if the computer is going to be the biggest hurdle, but most people have a computer, and I guess this stuff you can even use on tablets and stuff with the Fender thing, and I don't even understand all that, but yeah. So if you're thinking about starting, just start. Get yourself $20 a month, set it aside, or buy a piece of gear as you can if you're budget minded. And believe me, I've got next to no budget. It's doable. It's doable, and you should do it, even if you just never want to share your music. Even if you got a song and you don't feel comfortable sharing, get it down, get it out of your head, get it on a computer file. I guess people don't burn CDs anymore, but record it. Just do it for yourself, and the more you do it, the more maybe you'll want to do it, and the more you'll feel like putting it out there. Because as awful as the world is, as many jerks as there are in the world, I've found in my life that the jerks are loud, but there's very few of them. Most people are not rooting for you to fail. And they may not be rooting for you to succeed, but they're not wishing you ill will. It's perfectly fine to get a passing, yeah, okay. People don't have to rave about anything you do, and there's very few people that are going to just be crapping on what you do. And if it's some internet troll that you've never met, like I tell my kids, why give those people power? Why give somebody that has no connection with your life, that knows nothing about you, why give them the power to tell you that you're not good or that you're not worthwhile? They don't know. So their words should have zero power. Now, that's easy for me to say because, I was the shortest kid in my class with the biggest ears and from the weird family and on and on and on. So I've heard it all in my life. And now when people insult me, it's like the mugger shooting a pistol at Superman. It just bounces right off. And I sit there and smile. So it's easy for me to say that, but just because it's easy for me to say that doesn't mean that it's not true, because it is true. So I'm seriously going to end it here, and thanks for watching. Make music, have fun, play instruments, mess around, write, do whatever it is that you want to do. Get those ideas out. Don't just let them fester in your head. Put them on paper, put them in a computer, put them on the internet and share them, because you never know when something that you might think that you wrote just for you is gonna just click with someone. It's gonna be something that somebody needed to hear, or it's gonna be something that somebody had this fuzzy notion in their head or in their heart, and then all of a sudden you gave them the ability to formalize it. Yes, I understand that. I get it. And I know now that somebody else knows what I feel, or knows how I think, or has been through what I've been through. And you can't underestimate the value of that. So, yeah, just be real and just do it. All right. Have a good night.